Bang, Needs Knives. I'm Jared with my lovely wife Kara, and today we are going to talk about our first experience with the Para 2 and the Para 3. This isn't a review, it's basically just someone who's never owned Spyderco's first experience and what we acknowledge first and how we like them. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to OUTPOST76 for sending us this knife, and also for being the first person to help our channel out. That's awesome. I'm forever in his debt for taking a chance with us. And also TIMBO437 for sending us the other knife and supporting our channel. He's been a big help for our channel, and thank you. All right. The first thing I noticed, because, okay, wait, let me back up a little bit. You guys are probably wondering, how can you be a knife collector and have never had a Spyderco, right? Well,
we thought they was ugly.
I'm gonna go over this really quick. I know this could be a long discussion, but it's not gonna be. I grew up as a kid with knives, and my dad being a knife collector and whatnot and so forth, and I went through multiple different collections. Remember when I was a kid, we had a huge collection, like 50 plus knives. I guess that's not that huge, but we had a pretty big collection for how young I was. And then they got all stolen, we got robbed, and I wound up getting another collection, and yada yada yada. But then as I grew up and seen Spydercos and, you know, everything about Spydercos, I always thought they were ugly. I never liked the way they looked, and I didn't like the hole. I didn't like the way the hole looked. To me, it looked like man, I want to break that, you know. And but then as time went on, you know, and knife people, we change, you know. There's things in knives, you change, you start liking different things, and one month you'll like these things, and the next month you'll like those things. And I'm sure any knife maker knows that, like, about the people that are buying the knives, what they're into this year or whatever. Anyways, so everybody's, you know, hyped on Spydercos. Everybody's got them, and I heard somebody talking about that Spyderco isn't made for the looks. They're made specifically around your hand and the cutting and just, you know, working tasks and what a knife's supposed to be made for, not for looks. And that kind of drew me in. And so me and her were talking, and we started talking about Spydercos, and she knew, like, you know, like a long time ago, I just didn't really like them, but then I started getting into them. I think she started getting into them too, and then we started getting real interested.
Well, I think the big thing that pushed us over was the fact that Spyderco, as of now, is the only one that can use the compression lock. And just as people who like knives, you know, you want to try every different lock. Like, we even just recently got the Marksman. Literally, I don't even really like the way that knife looks so much, but that lock,
I love the way it looks.
I just wanted to try, well, I like the blade, not the scale so much, but I just wanted to try the lock so bad. And so I think that was a big thing, like, oh, I want to try the compression lock. How awesome is it that your hand doesn't have to be in the blade path when you close it, blah, blah, blah. So I think that was, like, one of the big things, just seeing that free fall.
Yeah,
like,
we definitely wanted a compression lock.
And the Spidey flick. Everyone wants to do the Spidey flick, which I keep messing up on.
I was using thumb studs for it to do it.
Yeah.
So, but then we started, like, getting, like, this passion for wanting one, and started looking at them all the time, checking out, what about this one, what about that one, and her having the little hands.
Yeah, that was my one gripe too, was they were all kind of big. Until the Para, even the Para 3 is a beefy little knife.
What we wound up doing, just to get a little taste of the experience to see if we were gonna like it, we bought a Ganzo, the one that looks like the Spyderco. I didn't really like it though. I liked it a lot, and I had to say, like, that was a knife that after I got it, I was just grabbing it, and you know what, I got it here, but I would just grab it and I would use it for work and just any type of task where I didn't want to care about the knife, where I just did not want to have to worry about it whatsoever. I would grab that. I think I got it in here. And, sorry, I got a knife pack here. So I would grab that, and here you can see it. It's a lot. Or it's actually just, it just has it's like a Benchmade and a Spyderco combination. And I got it knowing, you know, like, that it's not going to compare. I knew it wasn't going to compare, and it doesn't. but I wanted just that feeling of it, you know. I wanted the blade geometry, you know, the tip with the cutting paths and everything else. So then after getting it and finding out, like, man, I can just throw this in my pocket and go, I never have to worry about the G10 getting scratched or messing the blade up. I wound up modifying it a little bit. And yeah, so that put us on the destination of wanting to try one. And like, even though these aren't ours, we're gonna wind up getting one now, for sure, now that we've actually tried a real one. Because the first thing I noticed, unlike this one, because this is the axis lock, so you gotta push back, you know, past the axis lock, which is a lot different than a compression lock. First thing I noticed is just that crisp action. It's so much more crisper than a lot of knives, especially since it's designed for the Spidey flick. So it's hard to find, I mean, there's a lot of knives out there now, I guess, that are very good with the Spidey flick, but the way the hole's chamfered and how it just grips your finger, it's not chamfered. That's what I mean, not chamfered.
I was gonna say that's one of people's biggest gripes.
The way the hole's not chamfered, that's what I meant to say. The way the hole's not chamfered, how it just grips your finger, I like that. And I noticed the hardware. The hardware, I think it's T10s and then T8s all the way around. And yeah, especially on this one, I think it's the same, yeah. That was the one thing I noticed. So it's all big hardware, which is awesome when you take apart your knives constantly. The stopping pin, huge stopping pin. I mean, I don't know if I can get this in focus right now, but can I just show this really quick? The stopping pin between these two, hopefully it'll go in focus because I can't see the camera, but if you can see it, hopefully you can, it's a lot bigger. It's like triple the size. And that it just, you know, I knew how much stronger it was going to be, that crisp action, and then how smooth it was. And this one, OUTPOST76 sent it to us, and it was already broken in. It's been well used.
Yeah, I actually almost, for that, oh, I hate this Ganzo. For that reason, I actually like the flicking action on the 2 better than the 3, and I thought I would like
more broken.
Yeah, and because I thought I would like the 3 better just for the size, but I don't know, just something about the
2 fits you way
yeah,
better.
it flinged, but I almost
see this one.
It feels stronger. Like I feel more power. Like I don't have to try as hard to open it.
That one is so much more broken in, which this one will definitely get you. And this one, don't get me wrong, this thing is incredibly smooth. It's just this one's been well used. I think he's passed it around a few times, and you can tell even just by the sharpening of the knife how much more that one's been sharpened than this one. So this one's more newer of a knife, and it's in extremely good condition. And it's a little more crisper, I guess you could say. It's a little more.
See, this one feels more crisper.
Well, you're saying because it's more easier to shoot out. What I'm saying is that it's not as broken in. It's not as broken in.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And so this one, since it's not as broken in, that one flings out a little bit faster.
I probably fail this one 10% of the time. I probably fail that one like 30% of the time.
Yeah, to me, I don't really ever fail them, but
you're just so special over there.
Big time over here, big time.
Yeah.
But this one is a lot more smaller in my hand, but it's still a perfect EDC size, and I get why everybody loves the Pair 3. I mean, this thing is awesome. Too. This one's got the smooth G10 with the crew wear, and it fits my full hand. I mean, that's awesome. The blade, it's not like incredibly thin behind the edge, but it's perfect EDC test. I mean, it is good at slicing, and you got the good tip in there for tip action, and that Spidey flick, man. It's just.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Is there anything, being your first true experience with a Spyderco, is there anything that you thought about these that you did not expect to think?
The crisp. I was thinking honestly that the action was going to feel a lot more like this access lock, and once it popped open, that is the way.
Do you remember what you said the first time you popped it open?
Bang.
No.
Crisp.
Pow. You said, "Oh my god, I think I just fell in love with Spyderco." You went, "Oh my god, I think I just fell in love with Spyderco."
And I really did, and I got to get one now because this thing is a very good EDC. I mean, like I said, you can just throw it in your. You can throw it in your pocket and not have to worry about what you're going to do for that day, because you can guarantee you can use it. And I love not having to worry about it, because there's other knives I throw in my pocket and they're knives, they're tools.
You know what my thing was?
I don't want to, hurt them.
You know what my unexpected thing was I did not expect, first of all, to be able to learn to spike, because we got the Para 2 first. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it with this big of a knife, just not having enough range in my hand, which I was able to pretty quickly, like in like a day or so.
Yeah, very quickly.
The other thing was, I never really thought about using a compression lock left-handed. I kind of didn't really expect that being, I have to go like this, like I have to hold the knife up and pinch it with my thumb like that. But in the same token, though,
she's left-handed, so
yeah, I think
they might not know. You don't know who's watching.
But in that
don't act like they know us. I mean, superstars.
In that same token, though, it also I've gotten my groove on it. Like I can do it left-handed just fine. So it was unexpected to be able to do it, but I also can. So
another thing,
it's just different.
The jimping on it is perfect.
Yeah, I love that ramp.
I like how
I'm not a choker
like this
upper,
one,
but I like to on these.
This one, the jimping's rounded, and it doesn't work. But the or I don't know if you guys saw it, but the jimping on this one is nothing compared to this one. The jimping on these, it's some people say it's too much for them, but my hands are callous, so I mean, I guess I haven't bared down hard. OUTPOST 76 said I could do whatever with that knife, but to be honest with you, I didn't do too much. You know, it's the first time somebody loaned me their knife, and just like with this one, I didn't want to, you know, I don't want to use it too much. I cut a couple things with it, I've carried it, you know, and just basically enjoyed it. And so I'll tell you what, his edges are really nice. He puts a hell of an edge, so if you ever watch his cut test, don't ever doubt his edge. I'll give him that. He definitely has a heck of an edge. So. But what else did you notice right off the bat? What was the first thing?
This big ass clip.
Yeah, it's.
You know, we were kind of fighting over it though. When I thought I was gonna hate it.
Let's see the difference in this really quick.
Well,
yeah, this one's even shallower. This is more than this one.
I thought we were gonna hate this. I think we both thought we weren't gonna like it because like everybody else gets the Lynch clip or whatever.
Yeah, the clip was. Yeah.
We kind of were fighting over it when we first got it, like who was gonna wear it, because like I wanted that big clip like shining on my pants. Like I wasn't
that
trying
big old Spyder.
Yeah,
off
we
your
wanted
head.
to show it off. We weren't trying to conceal it. But that probably would get old after a while, so I could see why people get to the point of wanting the Lynch clip or whatever.
Yeah,
but at first, though, when you're like trying to represent,
there was a few times we had them in our pockets, and I'd look down and be like, you know, you see how much is hanging out, and you just feel like, man, if I start having to do some crazy stuff, this thing's gonna start coming out. You know, and it probably wouldn't, but all the crazy stuff I do, you never know. I mean, I don't want to. Be going up a ladder or something, and then out goes the Spyderco. So.
All right, let me bring up something else, because one thing I thought I was gonna hate, the one thing, that actually kind of kept me from not getting a Spyderco or spending the money on it, was like the blade shape. I just thought they kind of like, I was annoyed that all their designs like did the same shape. Like it just annoyed me. Like do something different, or do something like more normal and put a hole in it. I guess like. Just this leaflet, that one leaflet shape they do like on the Mannix and stuff, like, and then you know this shape. I didn't understand it, but now understanding the way this ramp works around the hole and that big ramp they have both this way and this way, it does kind of make sense.
Right.
It honestly does. Like I get it. It gives you a good tip, and you get belly, but it's not outrageous, and you can use the tip without having to be straight up like on a straight back or something.
You can actually use
it. The other thing, the choil, not having the choil, I know that's like a thing with Spydercos, but I do appreciate that they line their G10 and this part of the blade with the jimping up perfectly.
Oh, even when it's closed.
So there's not a sharpening choil, but there is basically a finger choil, which is appreciated.
Yeah, there's no sharpening choil, but it's definitely, and the line goes around really perfect like that. And then also when it's closed, it's another thing I know big time.
Fit and finish.
Yeah.
The fit and finish.
It's fit, definitely. I mean, it's not, obviously, this is like a worker's knife or a user's knife,
yeah,
so it's not
going
to be crazy tight tolerances, but it's the fit and finish right here. That's very smooth, at least not with these two knives. But
I also like the enclosed lanyard hole. That's nice. So your blade doesn't.
A lot of people hate that about the Spyderco.
Yeah, but I disagree, because when you have open lanyard holes, your blade it can actually mess with your
I
action
know.
when you go to close your blade
Yeah.
like this and the lanyard swings up in the way,
Right.
and that prevents that, and it prevents
Yep.
it from getting eaten up by the exposed part of the blade.
No, that's
and
awesome.
it creates like another standoff. So
Right,
it's like part
right.
of the backstage. I disagree with anyone who says that.
Another thing.
Heavily
you know,
disagree.
I originally got the Outpost 76, sent me this one because I had never
Oh, he just sent it to you?
sent it to us because we had never tried S110V. That was the actual original reason, not because of the Spyderco thing, but just because the S110V. You know, he told me I could sharpen it and do whatever with it.
We
And to be
wanted
honest,
it because of the Spyderco.
I really wanted to sharpen it. I really did. But it's somebody else's knife, so I haven't really used it, so I ain't got no reason to sharpen it. I mean, I've cut like, you know, crap, nothing hard, so the edge is still perfect. I mean, I could tune it up a little bit, but not really, maybe throw it on a strop. But I don't want to sharpen it without needing to sharpen it. I mean, I don't want to just throw it on, you know, and start, you know, hacking away at steel on it when it's still sharp. And I mean, really sharp. Like I said, I could strop it. I'll definitely strap it before I send it back and clean it and everything. But I didn't get to sharpen it, and I am sending it back. And he said I could have it for, you know, however long. But I don't want to keep his knife too long. And he was a really swell guy for sending it to us. And Timbo too. His knife is, I mean, I can tell this thing's just been tuned up on a strop. So I'm not going to sharpen it or nothing. I don't know, you know, this is my first time crew wear too, actually.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I don't know what it's like to sharpen, but I know I could sharpen it. I know I ain't going to have no problem sharpening it. You know, I'm pretty good at sharpening.
You ain't going to have no problem.
But yeah, there you guys go.
First experience with the Spyderco PM2 and PM3.
Bang. Thanks, guys.
Bang!